Welcome to another episode of Psych with Sigmund, where we explore the fascinating world of psychology and uncover the secrets of the human mind. I'm your host, Sigmund, and today we're going to delve into a concept that may seem daunting at first, but trust me, it's both captivating and crucial for understanding human behavior: terror management theory. Terror management theory, or TMT, is a psychological concept that explains how our fear of death influences our thoughts, feelings, and actions. It suggests that the awareness of our own mortality is a fundamental driver of human behavior, shaping our motivations, values, and relationships. This theory was first introduced by psychologists Jeff Greenberg, Sheldon Solomon, and Tom Pischinsky in the 1980s, and since then it has been extensively researched and applied in various fields, including social psychology, clinical psychology, and anthropology. According to this theory, human beings have a unique awareness of their own mortality, which creates a sense of existential anxiety or terror. To manage this anxiety, we develop cultural worldviews, values, and beliefs that provide us with a sense of meaning, purpose, and significance. These worldviews serve as a psychological shield, protecting us from the fear of death and giving us a sense of control over our lives. One of the key psychologists who contributed to our understanding of TMT is Ernest Becker, who won the Pulitzer Prize for his book, The Denial of Death. Becker argued that human beings have a fundamental fear of death, which drives us to create cultural and symbolic systems that deny or transcend mortality. This idea is central to TMT, as it suggests that our fear of death is not just a personal issue, but also a collective one, shaping our social norms, values, and institutions. One of the most significant studies in this area is the mortality salience experiment, conducted by Greenberg, Solomon, and Pischinsky. In this study, participants were asked to write about their own death, or a neutral topic, such as watching TV. The results showed that participants who wrote about their own death became more patriotic, more supportive of their national leaders, and more likely to conform to social norms. This effect is known as the mortality salience effect, and it demonstrates how our fear of death can influence our attitudes, behaviors, and relationships. Another fascinating study on TMT was conducted by psychologists who examined the role of self-esteem in managing mortality anxiety. They found that people with high self-esteem tend to be more resilient in the face of mortality reminders, as they have a stronger sense of identity and purpose. On the other hand, individuals with low self-esteem may become more anxious or defensive when confronted with death-related thoughts, as they struggle to find meaning and significance in their lives. TMT also has significant implications for our understanding of human relationships and social behavior. For example, research has shown that people tend to form stronger bonds with others who share their cultural worldview, as this provides them with a sense of belonging and protection from mortality anxiety. Additionally, TMT can help explain why people often engage in prosocial behaviors, such as altruism or volunteering, as these actions can provide a sense of meaning and purpose, thereby reducing mortality anxiety. In therapeutic settings, understanding TMT can be incredibly helpful. For instance, therapists can use this concept to help clients confront their fears and anxieties about death, and to develop more meaningful and fulfilling relationships with others. By acknowledging the existential concerns that underlie many psychological issues, therapists can create a safer and more supportive environment for their clients to explore their deepest fears and desires. So, how can we apply TMT in our everyday lives? One practical example is to become more aware of our motivations and values. When faced with a difficult decision, ask yourself, am I first making this choice because it aligns with my values, or am I trying to prove something to myself or others? By recognizing the role of TMT in our lives, we can cultivate a greater sense of authenticity and purpose. Another example is to practice mindfulness and self-reflection. By acknowledging our own mortality and the impermanence of life, we can develop a greater appreciation for the present moment and a deeper understanding of what truly matters to us. This can help us prioritize our values, relationships, and goals, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. In conclusion, Terror management theory is a powerful concept that helps us understand how our fear of death shapes our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By recognizing the role of TMT in our lives, we can develop a greater sense of awareness, authenticity, and purpose. As the ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus once said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." It requires a moment-to-moment awareness of our own fragility and vulnerability. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.